Well, hello, Robert Heffernan with EndoTech. This is Blockchain Vitals. It's our weekend edition. Everybody's working for the weekend, man. You work hard. You better enjoy your weekends. I'm a master endotechnician, firmly in the matrix when trading cryptos. I want trading everything. Everything's digital. Boy, would I give to scream and yell for my order entry instead of pointing and clicking. What a different experience that is. Anyway, another story for another day. Let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, my chance to talk about a headline, a tweet, something I'm seeing in the space. And this is actually from a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, causing the break, or actually yesterday, causing the washout in Bitcoin, right? This, for my money, this is what caused it, right? This headline that came out, Bitfinex covered $850 million in loss using tether funds, New York prosecutors allege. Now, first thing, let me just tell you that the U.S. Attorney's Office out of New York and the New York prosecutors are some very serious individuals. They've brought down the toughest of mob bosses in New York. They have very, very skilled people working there, and so it's a serious subject for Bitfinex, for sure. And what New York wants is you to be fully compliant with all of their laws if any resident of New York is going to partake in cryptocurrency trading. So that's why they're going after Bitfinex. So my point here, though, is if you're going to trade, believe me, if you're going to trade, you are going to face headlines that are detrimental to your position. It happens, right? There's always a news story that can affect your position. The question is, how suspect or susceptible to news stories is a market at any particular point, for one? How much inertia or strength does a market have? And do markets that are in stronger positions, are they able to shrug off news? And for my money, what you saw in Bitcoin was exactly that. On the way down, this type of news story would have buried it for several days. For my money, it buried it for about 4 hours. And it fought its way back. All I'm telling you is that the technical setup is still very strong. They weren't even able to sniff out the lower momentum level the up momentum level on the weekly, 48.90. They never even, and I'm talking Bitfinex here on my pricing. They never even sniffed it out. All right, so they broke them hard, right? 5-6%, and they came right back, telling me that there's a lot more strength in this market and people willing to buy dips on news stories. People are just waiting. Give me a bad news story and break these things so I get a chance to buy it. That's the way it looked to me. Now, very important here as we go into the weekend because cryptos never sleep, right? They trade 24/7, 27 hours in a day, not yet. 24/7, 365 days a year. They never close. So the Saturday and Sunday action is imperative here. Very important. Where do we close the week here, right? So on Saturday and Sunday, and good morning in Asia, as it's already Saturday morning in Asia. And do we just retrace and go close near that upmo level on the weekly, 48.90? Or do we push and try to make new highs, excuse me, and or close on or near the highs? Wouldn't that be awesome? Because I got to tell you, if we keep pushing and putting green candles in, we're going to continue to experience expanding potentiality on the weekly. And we put in a good one here on the weekly, midweek. Wednesday is May 1st. So we got a monthly fractal that we'll be looking at Wednesday. It'll be must-see TV Wednesday night for that. You see what that monthly chart looks like, especially as it refers to the potentiality on the standard deviation modeling. You got to know what the lines are doing, man. Slope is everything. I'm telling you that right now. Slope is everything. Anyway, let's take the vitals. Let's talk actual price action. Taking the vitals, that blockchain vital sheet up every day at EndoTech.io. And if you are a subscriber of EndoTech.io, you get to see it. And I don't want to be talking Tron right now, all right? So let me get rid of that. We're going to come back to that. I want to talk Bitcoin here. Bitcoin right now trading 54.20 at Bitfinex. 54.20 at Bitfinex. And what a change here, right? Sniffing back out UPMO, which is 54.39. UPMO collar now at 5,700 for Saturday's action. Above the value range high, above the pivot. The third target up there near the up momentum collar at 57.84. So for me, above the value range, very important, and it's a $70 value range, so respect that. First pullback to that high of value, 53.79, great place to be a buyer. And I just think that, they shook off the news story here. That's what this tells me, all right? Fundamentally, that news story didn't impact Bitcoin for more than 4 hours. So people are, let's say there is a problem with Bitfinex. That's all right. There's dozens and dozens of places for price discovery. They don't own the show. And so, other places will pick up their value. And people, well, for sure you don't want to see people lose assets. I mean, that's going to be a real harbinger of bad news. But aside from that, if people from New York can't trade at Bitfinex, I just don't see how the story impacts the price of Bitcoin longer term. And it'll be incredibly important to see where we finish the weekend here for next week's roll or Sunday night's roll of the weekly, and also Wednesday's roll of the monthly. That's what I'm looking at. Some strength here, not complete strength here. Love to see it get back into UPMO above 54.39. And then I think it's off to the races for Bitcoin. All right, listen, thank you so much for watching on Facebook. Please share this segment on Facebook if you would. Spread the word about EndoTech. And I'm going to say goodbye to you because you need to be an EndoTech subscriber to consume all of the actionable trading content available at EndoTech.io, including this segment, the full segment, along with individual coin signaling, the blockchain vital sheet, the same sheet with the pivot model, the value range model, and the standard deviation modeling available on dozens of coins. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and see you later, YouTube.